Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Everyone, so 50-year-old Michigan resident Anthony Puma shared lots of election conspiracy theories in the days after the 2020 election. And in the lead up to January 6th, he started talking about violence. In a December 30th message to a Facebook friend, Puma wrote, quote, "On the 6th, when we are all there in the Capitol and he is given his second term, the people will see. Then you never know, we might have to start killing some commie bastards. Hashtag stop the steal." On January 5th of 2021, Puma responded to a friend and said, quote, "Tomorrow is the big day. Rig for red. War is coming." And in the early morning hours of January 6th, Puma wrote, quote, "We are here. What time do we storm the House of Representatives?" Several hours later, he told that same friend, quote, "Hopefully we are storming the House of Representatives tomorrow at 1 p.m. Of course, it would have been that day, but it was the middle of the night, so he got that confused. But while Puma was at the Capitol, he was wearing a GoPro, and unfortunately for him, it captured all of his crimes. As others were scaling a Capitol wall, Puma was heard saying, quote, "This is going to happen, boys. Imagine if we were armed." Puma was also heard telling people that he planned to ignore the DC mayor's curfew that she had imposed. And a bit later, Puma illegally entered the Capitol. He climbed in through a broken window, and he was heard saying, quote, "Storming," and then, quote, "Right through the fucking window. That's how we do it." Puma then made his way down a hallway. He briefly entered Senator Merkley's office, and then he moved on to a Senate conference room where he was heard saying, quote, "Is this one of our rooms? It is now. That's right." Puma also dismissed the idea of everyone being arrested. There was another person in the mob who mentioned that the SWAT team was on the way to the Capitol, and he brushed it off and said, "Oh, they don't have enough space for all of us." Sometime later, Puma exited the building, but he remained on the Capitol grounds for at least another hour until it was dark outside. So Puma live streamed to Facebook while he was out there. He was using his phone, and he made numerous comments about it being their house. He boasted about scaling the wall. He claimed that the mob, quote, "just tried to storm it again, and we got pepper sprayed." Then following the Capitol attack, Puma continued to incriminate himself online. He stated that he was, quote, "right in the front lines." And as typical, he tried to blame Antifa for the illegal actions of Trump's terrorists. He wrote in part, quote, "Busloads were dropped off here last night. Yes, they were dressed just like us. Just like we can't tell if you're a commie." Well, they're dressed just like us, so they must be on the other side. And on January 10th, he warned a friend, quote, "Watch what is to come in the next 2 weeks to month. It will shock the world." He also added, quote, "Get prepped, rig for red, arm up, bud, get ready for martial law." So Puma was arrested on May 27th of 2021, and he was charged with obstructing an official proceeding, entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. In August of 2022, Puma pleaded guilty to obstructing an official proceeding, so he was looking at up to 20 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and $250,000 in fines. However, the prosecutor requested only 18 months in prison, 3 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. And Puma has a bit of a criminal history, albeit somewhat dated. In 1998, he was convicted for assault and battery and stalking. That was based on abuse of a girlfriend. In 2008, Puma was convicted for attempting to manufacture and deliver weed. In the year 2000 and 2001, Puma was twice charged with obstructing police. He was also charged with obstructing justice. So U.S. District Judge Paul Freeman presided over Puma's case. There's no publicly available information about what was said at the sentencing hearing, but Puma was sentenced to 9 months in jail, 2 years of probation, a $500 fine, and $2,000 in restitution. Freeman has been hit and miss in these cases, so I'm not surprised he didn't give the prosecutor what they asked for, but considering that Puma pleaded to the felony of obstructing an official proceeding, I really thought that he'd receive at least a year behind bars. I find that absurd that he did not. So this was really weak. Don't get me wrong, 9 months is a long time. I mean, just ask any woman who's ever been pregnant, but I expected more for this crime. And no, before you guys even ask, he is not a Trump appointee. He was appointed by Bill Clinton. So, which is shocking because other Bill Clinton appointees have typically been pretty tough and good. But I will let you know if I hear any more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.